Hey, everybody, welcome to Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district in Noir City in the year of our Lord 1942. Come on in, grab a seat, put your drink orders in, get comfortable for a late night, laid back time of banter, booze, broads, and bullets. And joining me at the bar tonight is Sam. Sam, how are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. Enjoying the crispy cold weather over here where I am.
Is it?
Just outside the bar.
It's cold here.
Yeah.
You know, cold is one thing. It's another thing when, I mean, I don't understand the atmosphere and whatnot. I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't know what makes fog happen. I mean, humidity, right? But it's like, it's humid plenty of times. And it's like, well, when a warm front meets a cold front or whatever, fog happens when there's a given amount of precipitation and the stars are aligned or whatever. I walked out the other night into fog. I couldn't see my car in my driveway, which was...
Holy crap, that's dense.
Yeah, 15 feet away. I could actually feel the fog in the air. And from walking from my front door to my car, that got my hoodie wet.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Allow me to get a little anachronistic. That's thick with like 6 C's.
So, like I said, I'm no meteorologist, so I'm not really sure what caused that thickness of fog, but that has to be the thickest fog that I've ever seen.
London pea soup right there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty cool. Like it was, it wasn't just fog. It was awesome. I'm like, fuck, this is what they need to shoot movies in. It didn't look like you know, vape from a vape pen, like when they do fog in movies. It looked real. Yeah.
Yeah. You step out your door, turn around, look behind you, you can't see where you've come from.
Yeah. That's... have you ever noticed that? Fog in movies and films and television and shit? Fog doesn't stay in discrete little clouds as it flows across the room. Like, fog disperses, you know what I mean? It spreads, it fills the area, if you know what I mean. It's clear that you're running a fucking propylene glycol vaporizing machine on the floor, if you know what that never looks real. Never looks real. That's get some digital AI to make it look better. I mean, there you go. So,
Green screen that shit.
Is that so hard? They green screen everything else.
Exactly.
If they can green screen
CGI
Iron Man's
superhero.
armor on him and make him look realistic,
right.
why not, fog, for Christ's sake. Let's see, who's all hanging out in the bar? Who rushed in here? Yeah, Deshit's here. Awesome. Derek LaRue. Clusterfuck. Gil Cotto's here. Nice to see you, Gil Cotto. Live from
Hello.
places I'd never want to live.
Certainly not 1942.
Well, or today. Yesterday. I mean, the Pacific Rim has some places that are awesome. And then not so awesome. You know? It's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. The U.S. State Department is issuing constant advisories about roaming street gangs. Not the best place. Fake Gamer Cat's here. Engineer MK 2004.
Oh, Fucktard's here. Hello, Fucktard.
Ah, Fucktard. You beautiful bastard, you. There's lots and lots of people here. This is awesome. Okay, so Whiskey Theorizes said something here at the beginning of it, and I'm getting kind of concerned. If you really want to see his head explode, his meaning mine, let him know that they're finally making Tron 3 starring Jared Leto. That better be a fucking joke, man.
What I'm going to do with that particular nugget of information is I'm going to wrap it up in nice brown paper, and I'm going to throw it out of my mind and never think of it again.
Because as you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of Tron Legacy, Tron 2. It is a great film. The original one is just too campy for me to bear. I don't, I watched it once just to get a sense of it, and then that was it. That was good. The second one is, in my opinion, awesome science fiction. It's better than Matrix 2 and 3. Can say that. And it was wide open to sequels. And just that, but that was right at the time when Disney had spent $1 billion or whatever the fuck to buy Lucasfilm, to buy all the Stairway stuff. As soon as they had done that, I mean, they put all their chips in on that. They weren't going to waste their time with stupid little franchises like trying to make the dude, what's his name? Jeff Bridges. They're trying to make Jeff Bridges a okay, that's not funny. So they're gonna have Jared Leto in fucking Tron. I mean, he sucks. The man can't act.
No, he barely sings.
Yeah,
that's probably not fair.
The stutter acting. I speak in a stilted way, and somehow in his mind this translates to drama and intensity, and no, it doesn't, man. It's shit.
Somebody get this man like 6 cups of coffee before he starts a scene.
Yeah, get him energized enough that he can't help but speak fast because we hopped him up full of fucking amphetamines. It
in Minecraft, of course.
What? Amphetamines are legal. It's not necessarily meth. Get him a script for.
You meant meth. Don't play.
Only if he won't take his prescription.
Oh dear.
Oh, the place got classier. Nurse Khaleesi showed up. How you doing?
Oh, I'll have to behave now, will I?
Uh-huh.
All right, let me throw half the script out again. Jesus. No more jokes about women or nurses. I'm just kidding. I'll be my usual self.
He is the only bad part of Blade Runner 2049, in my opinion. That's a bold claim. You know what? I'll meet you halfway. He is the worst part of Blade Runner 2049. The only bad part, that I can't say. Being a Blade Runner superfan, of course I'm going to be critical of 2049 because it's... I don't know. Have you seen it?
Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. But I was asking, could you characterize it in one word?
No. Can I have 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. I'm working. Hold on. I only got 3.
Need a little more time.
And a hyphenated word counts as one word, right? 2 hyphenated words counts as one word?
It doesn't, but for the sake of brevity.
Mood dependently somewhat passable.
Oh, God.
So if you're in the right...
to self, be more strict with Polly in future.
It's like... If I had to describe, like, is there... Yeah, if I'm in, not an overly critical mood, which, shut up, it happens. It's passable. It's good. If I'm in the right mood. Somewhat.
Somewhat fluidly passable.
Yeah. I can't call it good without qualifying it a little bit because there's some stuff in there that really is great. That really does seem like it's in the same universe as Blade Runner, but 82 classic. But then there's other things where it's just, what the fuck is this? Why is this even in here? And I do like the idea of replicants trying to replicate themselves. That's a very interesting idea. Jared Leto is their leader. Right. It's all his charisma that allowed him to rise to the top.
That's one of the reasons why he, in my opinion, why he sucked so hard as Joker in Suicide Squad. He just doesn't have charisma, and it might seem like a sort of like a weird thing to suggest that the Joker has charisma, but he does. He absolutely does. It's why, conversely, I think Heath Ledger did so well as the Joker. He has a certain charisma.
It's
in my opinion.
I was talking with a lady friend about the lack of leading men in modern cinema. Cary Grant is an outstanding leading man of yesteryear, right? The guy has, like, you'd swear he was farming charisma in his backyard. Like, he had extra.
Oh, God.
Humphrey Bogart, the greatest man to ever grace celluloid. is, I mean, charisma, like fucking crazy. The man spoke with a lisp. He was only like 5'7". Didn't matter. The guy had charisma. He reminds me of Paul Giamatti, like just in the sense of like Paul Giamatti's an ugly man, but god damn is he fun to watch on screen. If you know what it's that ineffable quality of being able to hold a role and hold people's attention. It's not something you can train into. As Redman said back in the day, you can't puff or sniff it because I was born with it.
That's an excellent line. That's an excellent line.
It really is.
It's a good lyric. Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, right? Charisma and of that flavor is one of those things that separates men. It's kind of like we've had this conversation before, you and I, Polly, about a feminine grace, right? The elements of woman.
Yeah,
it's that same kind of quality, but present in a man.
Yeah, Nurse Khaleesi, Clark Gable. Yeah, there's a man of standing, and and I mentioned to this certain someone, people that fit that. There are leading men today, but they're very, very few and far in between. Like Denzel Washington, that guy's got charisma for three men. There's no question that guy can hold a movie as the central main lead character. Like he doesn't have to be a backup for anyone. That guy could be the guy. And yeah, he can manage it. There's not a lot. Like, who do we have as leading men now that are identified as Hollywood royalty leading men? Fucking Clooney. George fucking Clooney.
Oh, fuck him. Fuck him. He's suave at best.
But the suave is even a put on. Like, it seems like he's doing it for a commercial. Oh, wait, he does. Have you seen him in them goddamn Nespresso commercials?
Oh, don't even remind me.
That must be particularly offensive to you as a Frenchman, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, you guys are into your Epicurean delights when it comes to food, wine, drink, coffee, whatnot. Like a little instant pod espresso machine. That's really got to stick in your craw, huh?
Put it this way, I don't have a hammer near me, but the simple mention of an espresso makes me clench fists reflexively. It's not even a conscientious reaction at this point. George, just shut up about coffee, please. Please.
Well, it's the commercials. Like somebody said, did you know he's doing commercials for this? And I'm like, that stupid little pod machine. Like, where the fuck did they get the money to hire Clooney?
I will drink Lavazzo out of spite. Okay.
Like, just I'm not saying that. Okay, it's not the best thing in the world. Keurig machines. Okay, but like, whatever. Like, it'll work. It's better than some office coffee that they'll serve you. You know, when they get the giant Costco tin of pre-ground, quote unquote Colombian coffee. You know, it's
what, British Colombian?
That's my dad would say. Coffee grounds taste like it was filtered through peanut shells. Yeah. I can't.
Funnily enough, some of the most expensive coffee in the world is somewhat filtered through peanut shells. So much as it passes through an elephant. There you go. There's your random factoid for the day.
Yeah. I thought it was like a small lemur-like creature.
Well, there is the lemur creature as well, and I think cats is that the other one?
Yeah, that's what.
No, wait, because
that's what I thought it was.
Toxic to cats, isn't it?
Like I said, I thought it was like a I don't know what it was. Like a meerkat looking thing. That
I think the most expensive is put through monkeys or lemurs, and then the elephant turd one it's up there.
Be fair, says Gilcado. It's better than Nescafe Cater's Blend number 43. Cater's Blend. The most disgusting cheap instant coffee. Well, yeah. I just put it all in the category of office coffee. I mean, Nescafe, and I'm trying to think of other brands that would fit in there. Well, whatever, like Walmart brand coffee.
Egberts. There's a bunch of them in there.
Yeah, it's why do you have to torture us? in this way. I remember when I used to work in a retail place, the one where I volunteered to make sugar baked love in his Big Daddy Long Strokes. That place.
That is my favorite story.
In that same staff room in the back where the sign-up sheet was there, and that's where I did that. Okay, so one time I'm in there and I didn't stop for coffee, and I was going to be working a long shift, and I hadn't gotten much sleep. Shocker, I know, but it's true. And I couldn't go buy a fucking Monster energy drink or anything like that. So it's like, well, I guess I'm stuck drinking the coffee that they got here, and nobody had made coffee, and I had never had any of it, even though I'd worked there for a little bit. I'm like, well, here. And I put in what I knew to be a correct amount of grounds. You know what I mean? Per ounces of water, this many, ounces of grounds. And the manager came in and he poured himself a cup of coffee and walked out. He wasn't gone out of that room, but 10, 20 seconds at the most before he walked back in, poured his cup of coffee down the sink, picked up the fucking pot and poured it down the sink after it. And then made another pot. And I asked, like, when he was pouring out the pot, I was, what are you doing? And he goes, it's way too strong. Who the fuck made this? I was like, me? Who the fuck taught you how to make coffee? And like, it's the manager. So I didn't say back to him. It's like, well, you're fucking whore. You're whore mother. I didn't.
I wanted to keep that job, did you?
Yeah. Your mom makes great coffee while I was laying in her bed the other night. I just said, what, is it too strong? And he goes, way too strong. And I'm like, it's that. And I asked him, you've been drinking it that week this whole time? Like, it's okay to like bust a little balls. Like, I see you drink your coffee all the time. It's like, and you've been drinking it.
Just add water.
Yeah, I know. This is what I try and tell people.
He's bitch made. Just add water.
This is what I try and tell people. They call me a coffee snob for it. It's like, look, you have to make coffee with the right amount of grounds. If you put too much water over a small amount of grounds, you're going to get bitter coffee because it's going to strip astringent bitterness out of the beans. If you want weaker coffee, like not as strong, make it to the same strength, like the correct strength, and then water it down after it's brewed. It won't be bitter that way. There's a reason you have to put 15 milks and 20 sugars in it. I mean, one, because you're a bitch. The other one is because, you've made it bitter by virtue of not putting enough grounds in there. Oh, I don't want, I'm caffeine sensitive. Fine, water it down.
It's one of those, I'm drinking instant coffee right now, right? Because I didn't have much time before the show. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only coffee you should really be putting milk and sugar in. If you are French pressing or a drip machine or an espresso machine, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're doing it properly, air quotes, don't pollute the coffee.
Yeah,
don't pollute it.
I mean, Nurse Khaleesi, in addition to rolling her eyes at me, calling me classy, said that French press is good coffee. That's my go-to weapon of choice when I'm at home, is a French press. It gets a daily workout. It did today, by Gar. And that's...
Quaito in chat says, sounds like he only gets coffee for the creamer. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Subtle.
Yeah. Well, the fridge in there was full of all of those. What's the brand name? And the stupid little snap top creamer things that you can buy.
I don't know. I'm a man.
Yeah, well, I'm at a loss myself. But all of the flavors, right? Caramel, fucking hazelnut, French... whatever the fuck. What's the
French
vanilla?
Whip.
French vanilla.
Whip. French vanilla? We don't have vanilla.
That's what it's called, French vanilla. It's a thing. You want me to look it up? I'll prove it.
I believe you. This is the thing that I have come to understand about American flavoring. They just make that shit right up. Oh, this is Guianan apple. There are no species of apple native to Guyana. What are you talking about? I made that up entirely. That's not a real thing.
I drink my coffee black. You know why? Because I made it properly.
Khaleesi says you can
At
dry
any
the
rate,
cream
that
and
is what
sugar
we're
out of
going
my
to try to
coffee.
do.
Look, if you want to drink a cream coffee,
It
sorry, what was that? Did the donation just come through? I think I just caught the tail end of it.
yeah, it did. You talked right over it. Well done. Well done.
I'm so sorry.
Sir Winston was babbling and you spoke right over top of him.
My OBS didn't play the whole thing, only the very tail end of it.
Is that right? Spoonie's GoFundMe promises donated $350. Okay. Okay. Nice callback. That was good. That was good. He's gonna make a movie, y'all. Spoonie's gonna make a movie. So he takes all this GoFundMe money. And I remember the video. I remember watching the video back in the day where he was talking about because he said, if I get at least X amount of money, I will make a movie. And way more than that came in. And so now he's on the hook to make a movie that he never thought he was going to have to make because it was like the stretch goal that he assumed he would never reach. He never ended up making it, but you saw the nervousness where he was talking. He was like, thanks, guys. I'm really looking forward to this cinematic adventure to come. Guy. Spoonie's GoFundMe promises. Thank you for the $350. I tuned in a few minutes ago to hear you talking about Mr. Kessler himself, George Clooney. I bet you don't drink his, oh my God, Casamigos tequila either. He's got a tequila called Casamigos. Doesn't that just mean your friend's house?
I am literally trying to repress cringe.
I think that just means your friend's house or house of the friends, whatever.
I fuck knows. And house coffee. No, tequila, isn't it? Sorry. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's just awful.
I mean, now so somebody was talking about like iced coffee in chat. I have a friend and she's weird because she drinks iced coffee black, but hot coffee she drinks with cream and sugar. I'm the other way around. Like iced coffee is delicious with not cream but milk, and I generally don't use sugar. I just put molasses in the mix because I like flavor as opposed to just straight sweetness. Molasses is like sweetness with benefits. It's great. Anyway,
I mean, I'm not going to argue with molasses. I like molasses. Molasses makes a lot of good things, yo.
It does.
Rum, for example.
That's
good in coffee.
The rum or the molasses?
Yes.
How did I know that was what the answer was?
I'm not an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic.
No, I don't mind when some people when people put cream and sugar in their coffee. I guess if it's what they're used to, but I don't know. I like my coffee black. All it took was for me cutting out sugar, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm off sugar. I'm not gonna have any sugary stuff. And then when I put sugar back in my coffee after the number of weeks being off of it, it was like, ugh. That's what it took. Mm-hmm. I still put sugar in my espresso. There we go. That's a thing. Because a sweet, thick espresso with a nice orange crema up on top. Oh man, food for the gods.
See, I'm weird when it comes to espresso. I'm not really, honestly, the biggest fan of espresso unless it is really, really, really fucking fresh. Like I want that shit to burn on the way down, kind of fresh, you know. Yeah, I'm weird like that. No, I don't tend to add anything to espresso.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't know.
Have you ever had an espresso campagna? So espresso with a dollop of whipped cream.
Yes. Now that you mention it, yes, I have. Some time ago, though.
It's a magical thing because you got your tiny little spoon to stir your espresso with, right? So when you stab under the whipped cream and you pull it up just to take like a little sip of the espresso, and you're going to get a little bit of the whipped cream with it. Oh, it's fantastic. You just kind of like eat the whipped cream off of the top before you drink the espresso. By the time you get down there, it's already like it's been creamed itself. It's fantastic. Yeah, creamed. Go ahead, chat. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Clip that, you bastard.
Speaking of clippable things, I got a new Noir specific donation at $11, and I remembered to turn the Noir Bar donations on tonight. So yay!
Didn't he do well, chat? Didn't he do well?
Well, it happens rarely. I'm sadly oft to forget. So what the fuck? What did I want to complain about? There's so many things going on in the world I wanted to complain about.
Clooney? Leading men?
Eating men?
Leading men.
Oh, leading men. Well, I don't know. Who's I legitimately misheard you, and I thought, what the fuck are you talking about? Eating men or cannibalism? That's an odd fucking right turn from the man. Let's just look up list of today's leading men. Let's have a good laugh, and then Hollywood at the end.
Henry Cavill's got to be on there, surely. Robert Downey Jr.
25 greatest male Hollywood lead actors right now from IMDb. Do we want to go with that? Or do we,
sure.
Or do we want to go to Ranker?
I love the name of that site and how easily corruptible it is.
I know.
The IMDb one. We don't hear from IMDb very often on the show.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right. Okay, hold on here, chat. Let's just look. Oh yeah, I got to share it with Sam, or you want to know what the fuck's going on?
We don't.
Let's see. No. But for readability, you can, read. And then over here, the chat can see. No, that's way too big. Here's what she said. Tee-hee.
Nobody's worth that much.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
How can you not love a little Christoper Walken? Gokado, thank you for the $11. Turning on the correct notifications? My God. I know. It's the show's been on for a good while. I've had the bar open for a few years now, and I'm figuring out how to make it, work. Strange, I know. A Shadow Claw asked, what movie is that from? Last Man Standing. It's a Walter Hill classic based on the Akira Kurosawa film Yojimbo. Unexpectedly. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, no, seriously. It's based on the samurai epic Yojimbo. Starring Bruce Willis. He comes to town as a Prohibition-era gangster from back east in a border town with Mexico, and they're smuggling booze through there, and there's an Irish gang and an Italian gang warring, and Bruce Willis sells his skills as a gunslinger between the two of them. The exact plot line of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo, where a samurai comes to town and there's two warring factions, and he sells his sword skills back and forth between the two of them. Fantastic movie. Well worth it.
Sounds like basically every fucking video game that's come out in the past 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. Two factions pitted against one another, and you go between them and sell your services to them, run this mission for these people. Oh, and you go over to the other place, and yeah, there's an awful lot of that these days. An awful lot.
Huh.
It's basically the plot of every Far Cry game.
I thought you were going to say cyberpunk. It seemed like something that might be happening as you run around as a independent digital contractor or something, selling your skills to all these cyber gangs. I don't know.
I haven't actually played Cyberpunk myself, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was prevalent.
I haven't played it either, and I watched Razorfist play it a couple of times on Razorfist Arcade, but I wasn't following the plot. I was like, plot? What's that? I don't know.
Ogling the cyber girls, weren't you? No, I'm just kidding.
I was. No, I was just kind of watching the game, and it was when it had first come out, so a lot of it was. Remember all the discussion around how buggy it was and how you couldn't run it at maximum settings? It was him constantly opening his setting screens in the inventory. Ooh, Reba likes. Linkara's forum history. Who wants to look at that? Ugh. I just Lightbringer nightmare. Linkara's forum history, thank you for the $3. So, Last Man Standing is a cross between A Fistful of Dollars and Miller's Crossing. And I haven't seen all of it yet. Unfathomable. Yeah, actually, Fistful of Dollars, Miller's Crossing, that's a fair comparison. Yeah, it's a mashup between the two. Although Miller's Crossing, if I'm not mistaken, was early 2000s. And Last Man Standing is, I'm going to say 97? I think? 96, 97, something like that. All right, let's see. We were talking about Hollywood leading men now.
You were indeed.
Leonardo DiCaprio, number one. What do you? I don't think I've ever heard you express any thoughts on Leo DiCaprio. Have you seen movies you liked him in at all?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, it's one of those. I wrote him off as a himbo to all intents and purposes when he was younger. I wrote him off as a just a typical pretty boy actor that they put in because he was heartthrob for all the girls, right?
Did you suddenly turn away from your microphone? You're all muffled.
Sorry, bear with me.
I can go ahead and just turn you up, but you got quiet and muffled. So I thought I'd ask.
How's this?
Better.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, sorry about that. Not quite sure what happened.
So he's a himbo.
Yeah, where was I?
He was a himbo when he was younger, but...
Well, I mean, I wrote him off as one. I don't know whether it was an accurate representation of his acting talents at the time. As he's sort of gotten older, though, I've come to appreciate him more and more, and obviously his meme ability makes him infinitely more likable.
The whatchamacallit meme. Django Unchained. I hate that movie. I know a lot of people like it, and hey, listen, I'm not here to argue with you if you like it. Hey, that's cool. That's fine. I realize I'm going against the grain on this one, so it's fine. I'll be the weirdo, and I'll accept the slings and arrows of all the complaints. I think Quentin Tarantino's an overrated hack. There, I said it.
But Polly, he's an auteur.
Oh yeah, is he auteurist? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He has his two best films, in my opinion. Like my two favorite films, I guess it would be a little bit more honest way of putting it, are Reservoir Dogs and then Jackie Brown.
Fair enough.
That's it. Those are really great films. Jackie Brown, even though it's highly, highly derivative, I mean, his entire career is. So I mean, that's not really saying much, but it's still good independently in and of itself. It's a great script. And it's not insanely self-indulgent. Every movie after that, that's the biggest thing that I can describe, is that it's insanely self-indulgent. The guy clearly doesn't have anyone around him to tell him, no, stop. Like with a spray bottle and a cat. But
a rolled up newspaper.
And admittedly, and I'll say it, I'll be the first one to say it. Yeah, okay, George Lucas, if you look at the Star Wars sequels, or prequels rather, I mean, clearly no one was around to tell George no. They were self-indulgent, and he just did what he wanted, and the script went where it went, and he didn't have any collaborators telling him, this sucks, you need to reorganize this. What's with this boring scene? Don't you realize that human beings don't speak this way, George, etc. And the stuff that Lucas cranks out under those circumstances is worse than the stuff that Tarantino cranks out under those circumstances. But with that said, I mean, I wanted to like Hateful Eight. I saw it in 70 millimeter because I wanted to see a 70 millimeter film because, never seen one in theater before. So it was an experience. It was something to go watch. Holy fuck. Scenes where it's like, oh God, hire an editor. This doesn't need to be here. And I remember saying that to Sinatra, was like, did you really need her to play the full 5 fucking minute song on that guitar while the camera slowly rotated around the room? And Sinatra's response was, he was building a mood. A mood.
Oh, God.
A mood of irate, fucking ill satisfaction and ill temperament in the audience, perhaps.
Cinematographic blue balls is what that is.
And it's, like I said, I really wanted to like that film. And it's, Tarantino, have you taken up the sword for enough historical injustices where you're beating up and killing somebody who's PC to beat up and kill on? Right. Nazis, slave owners. Like, are you sensing a fucking theme? Like, over and over again, this guy is going after, like, oh, it's okay to kill these guys because they're bad people. So therefore, like, you know, all these brutal things happening in Nazis because fuck them, they're Nazis. And so, yeah, I remember when you were willing to let bad things happen to main characters that were essentially good people. Not anymore.
I mean, it's like in a lot of media, you know, it used to be totally okay to have terrorists of a certain ethnic persuasion, right?
Right.
Now it's got to be the Russians. Even World War II shooter remakes in terms of video games. Now it's kind of like, yeah, you know, Nazis. But why are we doing this? To stop military secrets falling into the hands of the filthy Russians. It's like, guys, can we deal with like the hot war before we get to the cold one?
Right.
Don't you dare suggest that the Chinese might be an enemy of anybody.
Never.
Oh, God.
Never. You know the most realistic portrayal of like the Chinese as a state that I've ever seen in fictional presentations was in 24. I don't know what it was with the producers of 24 and Fox that was producing the shows and putting them up that they're willing to go where they went, with whom they went. It's like, get this, Sam. The show was based around the CTU, Counterterrorism Unit, for as long as it lasted, because it got shut down and they went on to other seasons. And Jack Bauer is the head of field operations for the Counterterrorism Unit, CTU. And the terrorists were often, but not always, Muslim.
What?
I know. I know.
Inconceivable. This is a radical new direction for terrorism plots.
I know. They went into like the terrorist threat was put on by a lot of different people. Sometimes it was just a general national security threat, not exactly a terrorism threat, if you know what I mean. Right. So yeah, it's not always going to be.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Oh, as you do. W.R. Costin, thank you very much for the $3.73. It has been a while since I reminded you that otters are evil and that the otter is particularly evil. Now, give me that virgin Cuba Libre. There, got it out. A virgin Cuba Libre. You mean a glass of Coke? I mean, that's what it would be, right?
Yeah. Not super familiar with the Cuba Libre.
It's Coke and rum.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, I think
I just call it a Coke and rum.
Well,
or a rum and Coke.
I mean, you know, this is a true story. You're not going to believe me. That's fine, because I didn't believe it, and it happened right in front of me. I walked into a bar. I'm making it sound like a joke. An otter walks into a bar.
Okay, hold on. Let me just process that piece of information. I'm struggling.
I walked into a bar where I was meeting some friends. None of them were there yet. I walk up to the bar and I say, "Can I get a screwdriver?" She walked away. I'm fucking around on my phone. She actually came back with the toolkit in hand and said, "Here you go. Put a Phillips head on the bar."
She's got to be fucking with you.
No, she wasn't. I looked up at her and I was like, because I thought she was going to fix something or whatever. Like maybe the orange juice was locked away in a mini fridge.
Dispenser.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe the door was fucked up for the mini fridge or whatever. And that's just what they had been doing all night, is popping it open and getting a little, lever action on it. She did. She brought back a fucking screwdriver. A literal one. So I don't know.
It's a good job it was a barmaid and not a dude. If I had a bartender that pulled that fucking trick and he was being deadly serious, he'd have got slapped upside the head and I'd have walked out of that.
It's a true story. I said, no, I meant like an orange juice and vodka. And I saw her walk away and her talking to another. But she wasn't a bartender. Like, they didn't have a bartender proper there, if you know what I mean, like a mixologist or whatever the fuck. You know, one of those hipster mustache losers with the fucking armbands pretending they're like in the Prohibition era making fruity cocktails that only gay men enjoy. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you would.
It's France. Of course I do.
No, it was just a bunch of
cocktail bars here are like the San Francisco of Europe. Okay.
It was just a bunch of waiters behind the bar, servers, men and women behind the bar.
Yeah.
Right. So, I get it. Most people are not ordering cocktails of any kind, and it wasn't a cocktail bar, so there's no reason that they should, know how to make a fucking Bloody Mary from scratch or whatever the fuck. That's fine. All they're doing is, pouring beer, opening beer bottles, and pouring mixed drinks. Fine. But you don't know what a screwdriver is? Seriously? OJ and vodka? Really?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. You know what a Jaeger bomb is?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they wouldn't have fucked that one up. I don't think she would have been looking for plastique if I had asked for that. She wouldn't know.
Jesus.
I like Jaeger bombs. Yeah, I realize it's like stereotypical, fraternity bullshit, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. They're awesome.
Guido in chat says, virgin gin and tonic is a drink I hear people sincerely order. Really? Yeah, that would start a bar fight. If I was around.
I thought that was a mimosa. No, a mimosa is orange juice and supposed to be champagne or at least sparkling wine, but everywhere now it's sweet Prosecco because people suck.
Fucking Prosecco.
When there's cava available, why do people opt for Prosecco? I don't understand.
Because they can't tell the difference because they're unrefined peasant.
Whoa. Okay.
Some of them I assume are good people.
Yeah. So I was watching Nick Recade's stream the other night. Or that was from the other night, but I was watching it today, right? And it was one of those moments of just, whoa, I flashed back to somebody paid a donation to ask Nick, I am 32 and I met this older lady who's 38 and she's moving the relationship faster than I really wanted to go. And she's looking to have children within the next 2 years. What do you think I should do? People hit Nick Recato, of all people, up with these questions. I think it's because he's got 5 children and he's married. And so I guess I think it's weird.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. They take those questions to him. They do. And he asks this question. And one of the people that he's on the stream with, he's on the stream with like 4 different fucking people, didn't even really hear the question. You could tell he wasn't paying attention. And it's like, well, okay, look, if she's 38 and wants kids in the next 2 years, that means she's looking to have children before she's 40. So it kind of seems like she's trying to get in under the wire. That's the way I would be aware of that. And then all of a sudden his friend, who's like highly opinionated dude, goes, whoa, wait. Like you can tell the numbers, the dots just connected and he made sense of all the numbers he had just been kind of passively absorbing. He said, she's 38 and she's looking to have kids with, how old is this guy? Is it 32? Oh, yeah, go ahead and have children with her if you want mutant frog fucking babies.
Oh, what?
Mutant frog fucking babies.
Jesus Christ, what does he think a geriatric pregnancy is?
It was shocking. I was blown the fuck back. Like, holy shit. What the fuck did you just say? And for the next 10, 15 minutes, I had to listen to all of them talk about this as a foregone conclusion. Where it's like, I don't think that's the case, but I wouldn't go into that group of dudes and say it because they seem really set on this. You know,
I was gonna say like that's you. You and I were having a conversation the other day, and the expression said that like he'd never been punched in the mouth.
Yeah, Cynic is right. It was Drax. It was Nick's friend Drax who said that.
Christ.
Yeah, it was just shocking. Is 40 a geriatric pregnancy? Actually, as I understand it, anything past like 35 is considered a geriatric pregnancy.
Yes. Khaleesi, resident nurse.
Oh yeah, over 35.
She
Oh shit,
that
look at
chat.
that. Hey. Yeah, I got chat.
Oh,
I'm working on. Why do I still have DiCaprio up on the screen? How long has that been up there for?
Good question. It just, you know, when people say that's some incel shit.
Yeah.
That's some incel shit, Drax. Cut that out, man.
And I mean, it's Drax, right? And he's saying that, and he's talking, and I don't know. I don't watch Nick Recator religiously. I'm certainly aware of who Drex is and have watched him on there sometimes, if you know what I mean. But it's not like I'm aware of every square millimeter of lore that they've come up with over the years. So I don't know. Does he have any need? Ooh, leave the legs. Cenk Uyghur's political run. Thank you for the $3. Those are just good times. Wait, what? You resigned from office because you were having threesomes with your intern and posting pictures about it on Instagram, and then Cenk Uyghur decided to slide in there and get a secure victory, even though he didn't live in the area and moved there only just to get in under the wire long enough to be able to be considered a resident candidate? Yeah, I wonder why he didn't win. How didn't he win? I wonder. Let's see. Hey, and then YouTube link. It's everyone's favorite alcoholic film reviewer. Who would everyone's favorite alcoholic film reviewer?
All of them?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think sober people decide to review movies for a living on YouTube?
God, I wouldn't.
No, neither would I. Wonder who that is. Let's find out. See, I mean, because it's not like it says there. So, I mean, for all I know, this is taking me off to like full frontal nude yoga.
Hey, how
One Sad Lad.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
All right.
So the title of the thingy, of the video, I found Mike's the Classer and High on Life. I assume it's a reference point is Mike's the Classer then.
Oh, yeah. Mike Stacasa should be everyone's favorite alcoholic film reviewer. I'm pretty sure Mike's a drunk, but a very lovable one. Very high functioning one at that. I wish I could get as drunk as him and be as productive as him, because I can't.
Your problem is you stop when you're drunk. You have to drink past the point of drunkenness. That's where the productivity comes in. This is totally not bad advice.
I wait a minute. I do have a what her? She's in your
Oh, sorry. While you're doing that, I've got to read this comment out because I love it.
All right.
Lupus Albus in chat says, it's true. There are two kinds of people.
There.
Those not punched in the face and those who have had a sudden onset value rearrangement. I love that term.
Nice. I was looking for Lindsay Ellis's mugshot. I knew it was somewhere.
Ah, Lindsay Ellis. Hardly knew you.
Speaking of women pushing 40, looking to have kids,
Masterful link. Golf clap.
I seriously, I understand that's a widely held opinion. I understand the risks are higher, but like I said, these guys went full mutant frog baby like bullshit. Like, guys, calm the fuck down, people, for Christ's sake. I don't know, but like I said, there's no way that in that group of fucking people I would have said shit. Read the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, if 5 or 6 people are solidly convinced of something, where they're talking about freak shows being born and whatnot, You should have heard the fucking lines coming out of this guy's mouth. Holy shit.
I mean, at least do what I do. You know, take your sincerely held beliefs and wrap them up in a joke. So that you can deny them if ever someone confronts you with them. I'm just kidding. I don't do that at all.
And I mean, like I said, the lines, and everyone's just laughing, going, "Oh, it's so true." You know, you know what those women are? We call them toolboxes. 38-year-old women are toolboxes. And I'm like, a toolbox? He goes, yeah. Nail, screw, then bolt. Good
Okay, first off, that's hilarious. And second of all, why would you say that online? Actual face.
with your face on camera at that, yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing I don't get, because it's like I said, I don't know if Drex has kids. But at one point, he ends up talking. He goes, look, as a father, I can say this. And is like, you, Drex, are going to start, like, when's the last time you saw him? Well, I mean, seriously, you want to run hard on fucking stereotypes to the point of that. I mean.
Yeah. Gordos doesn't chat. That's abhorrent. Who keeps nails in the toolbox?
Hey. I framed for a summer, and I'll have you know that I kept framing nails in my toolbox.
Oh, dear.
He has a daughter. Well, that's the kind of thing you want to hear dad talking about with another.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Have you ever felt sympathy for somebody that you've never met, have no idea what they look like or what their name even is? Because I'm feeling that right about now.
No, like I said, I have no idea how the guy, how any of them. I'm blown away that Necrocata is as organized as he is with 5 kids that are homeschooled. That's some impressive shit. Because, like, I mean, him and his wife are like, they are a fucking team. Lady Rackets and him. That much is just clear as a bell when you watch the show, because like either he's helping with the kids so he can't stream, or she's helping with the kids. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, because you can't do that as like one person. You couldn't leave that all to your, oh, you take care of that, honey. I got to go stream. No. You got 5 fucking kids and they're homeschooled. That's a 2-person operation with hired help for assistance at times. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah. My parents have got 6 in total. I remember what it was like when we were younger. Jesus, going anywhere, doing anything, military operation.
Going anywhere is a military operation. Anna Kasparian Spurgel, thank you for the $3. Thank you. Women pushing 40 wanting to have kids. Want to talk about me? Bitch, I can't even have an abortion now if I wanted to. I'm hyperventilating over here. Oh, I can't breathe. I
wish she would not stop breathing, but breathe less at times. You know, it would mitigate some of the sound that comes out with the breath.
You know what's sad about Anna Kasparian?
Oh, Jesus, do you want the list?
Well, do you know what okay, let me reiterate. You know what the saddest sadness is about Anna Kasparian, in my opinion? Is she hadn't have hitched her wagon to the buffalo. She... and in such a what's the word? Like, insistent way. Like, look, Jimmy Dore, right, starts up with Young Turks. So did Dave Rubin. You know what I mean? And built their brand and then moved on. Anna Kasparian could have moved on and actually presented her opinion as opposed to a TYT expected trope opinion, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because Dave Rubin clearly had differing opinions. Jimmy Dore has some progressive opinions, but then also some, no, wait a minute, I'm going to call bullshit when I see it type shit. Anna, she could have went and did that. She doesn't need Cenk. That's the saddest sadness.
No.
And that's what makes her
Frankly, he
a
needs her.
fool. Yeah, absolutely. That's what makes her such a damn fool. You stay there. You are wide open to every fucking piece of mockery we got to lay at you. Because you lean into progressivism as Cenk sees it, because you see yourself as not... I have to imagine, I can't read her mind, but I have to imagine, cannot see herself as an independent operator, which is just, you need to get a little...
Ironic enough for a feminist.
Like, she just doesn't, like, what is it? Lack of boldness, lack of entrepreneurial spirit, lack of desire to give a fuck? I don't know. Like I said, I can't read her mind. I can't judge her. Maybe she's really happy there, and I'm misreading the situation entirely. But hey, fuck it. If Jimmy Dore can do fine on his own, and so can Dave Rubin, Jesus Christ, so can you. The fuck are you still doing there?
Self-loathing, it has to be. I mean, she's fucking descended from Armenians on a show called The Young Turks. What more do you want?
Yeah.
This is an open and shut psychological profile right here. Oh, jeez. Granddaddy issues?
They go back that far, do they?
As well. One can only assume.
Man. All right, weren't we doing a leading man list at one point here? Wasn't that a thing?
We were.
So, all right. Oh, wait a minute. This is your, there we go. So DiCaprio. Yeah, okay. Like you were saying, I will riff off of that. I never liked DiCaprio as he was a teen heartthrob guy because he was 14 years old perpetually. And then one day he turned 35.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened. He went to bed as a 14-year-old and woke up as 35.
Oh, right. Like an Asian woman. I know, I mean that in the nicest way, though. They seem to be like sort of about 22, 23 for about 30 years, and then they go to bed one night and they wake up and they're delightful little old ladies.
Okay.
I mean that in the most respectful way. I really do.
It certainly came across like that. Yeah, I don't think...
I hope so.
No one had a doubt. No one had a doubt. Few actors in the world have had a career quite as diverse as Leonardo DiCaprio's. Who wrote that? A lot of actors have had far more diverse careers than that man. What are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, and I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, some people...
The second person on this list, for example.
Wow. Yeah, we'll get to Christian Stale in a second. Look, I think a lot of people, I've heard the criticism of DiCaprio being he's a yell actor. All he can do is say things straight or in a yelling voice. He's got two tones. I think that's completely unfair. I think there's things where he can be miscast in them. You know what I mean? There's
misdirected for that matter.
Yeah, fair enough. I was doing a list of for a game of biggest Hollywood flops. And it wasn't like a top 10 list or whatever. So by strict economics, I was just picking them to pick them. One of the ones that was on that list that caught my eye, and it didn't surprise me at all that it was a flop, was Black Hat, directed by Michael Mann. Ever heard of it?
No, I don't think I have.
Not many people have. Said, don't feel bad.
Yeah. I'm not a good litmus test for these things anyway.
The Black Hat was terrible. And listen, okay. I am a huge
film,
Michael. What's that?
A hacker film by any chance?
It was, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's Black Hat in the sense of hacker. Yes. I'm a huge Michael Mann fan. Big fan of the man's directing since he was directing James Caan as a fucking professional criminal back in the late 70s. When I really got into 70s films, that was one of like the first 10 that I watched. I was like, what the fuck? Michael Mann's been working this long? I was blown away. That's when I was really in my Robert Altman phase. Ooh. Sexy Jessica Alba with sexy saxophone. C. Thomas, thank you for the fin. Anna Kasparian would have been cute-ish if she had just, for the life of her, shut the fuck up and stop talking about she is the Middle Eastern version of Puerto Rican. So I guess she was born lacking the ability? She's the Middle Eastern version of Puerto Rican.
That's fairly accurate.
I'm just thinking it through. I mean, that's...
I want to say he's wrong, but he's just not.
You're wrong. I said to keep my channel. It's a disavow. Oh my.
Yeah, it's true. When they get on one, they get on one. It's not unique to Kasparian. It's really not.
Holy shit, C. Thomas. Jesus Christ. Oh, we got staggering drunks walking into the bar. Great.
Oh, God.
We're oddly intalkative, not talkative this evening. All right, fine. Let's continue on. So, yeah, I'm a fan of DiCaprio. I mean, Jesus Christ, he was the Departed. I mean, I was even able to set aside my disdain for Matt Damon. That's saying something.
Ow. Awesome.
Are you a Matt Damon fan?
Self? God, no. No, not particularly.
Matt Damon really likes himself a lot. I don't know if you can tell by the way he acts, but he's
someone from Hollywood that really likes themselves a lot? What? That's unusual.
All right, so let's talk about your man Christian Stale. He's well, I mean, so this is supposed to be leading man.
Turned on.
Hello?
There we go. Hello.
Oh, there it is.
I was just sitting here talking shit like Polly's a motherfucker. Can't hear me. He's a stupid piece of shit. I just didn't have my microphone turned on.
How those tables turned, eh?
So this is a leading man list. DiCaprio leading man, because remember we're judging leading man by Humphrey Bogart, Cary Grant,
Connery?
Rhett Butler, Connery, Denzel Washington. We're judging it by that standard of leading man. Does DiCaprio fit the bill? I would say just.
No.
Give him another 10
hardcore
years.
Disagree with you right there. DiCaprio is hardcore a leading man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got him just in the category you say full on. All right, Sam.
He is full on up there with Denzel and all those guys. DiCaprio can hold and carry a show.
He doesn't have he doesn't have Cary Grant, Denzel Washington level charisma. He doesn't. He's a charismatic guy, but he doesn't have that level of charisma. I just don't.
He's got like boyish charisma. Dude,
I would go out there to say he carried The Departed. What do you think? Matt Damon did it?
No.
Jack Nicholson? No.
Whoa. Jack Nicholson didn't do a lot of heavy lifting for The Departed. Are you
carry
mad?
It the same way DiCaprio did.
I mean, you're never going to get me to say anything bad about DiCaprio's performance in The Departed. You just won't. It's
The Departed is one of the best movies ever created. DiCaprio carried the whole show.
It is.
I think
it is easily one of the best pieces of crime cinema, best pieces of drama in the last 25 years, hands down. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
It is.
I think, honestly, with DiCaprio, he's not quite old enough yet to have that distinguished element of charisma that the others
He's
have.
like 80.
No, but he doesn't quite look distinguished. Not yet.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I wonder what DiCaprio's going to look like when he actually looks his age. Like, because he's pushing 50. What's he going to look like when he looks like he's pushing 50?
I mean, he's going to be 70.
Know, I think if you're talking right now, leading men, DiCaprio and Bale are just the ones.
All right, Nurse Khaleesi's off to bed. It's about to get less classy and sexy in here. Yeah, such is life. It's coincidence that Sinatra showed up and it got gross in here. I know.
It's like a double drop.
Now, hold on. So
you want to talk about drama? Okay. Anyway,
so Christian Bale, hold on, leading man, that fucking douchebag.
Yes.
Was it the way he blew you away in Terminator Salvation that did it for you?
No, it was the way he blew me away in The Machinist.
Oh yeah, all that skinny. I was really impressed.
If you are gonna sit here and argue with me that Bale is not a decent leading man, then I just don't know what to tell you. He is solid.
I can't get past the eye wart.
I'll go even further and say his role in The Terminator was good.
It was actually. I like Terminator Salvation.
Exactly.
Weeba legs. Woohoo.
I think we're the only two people who've seen it, but it was good.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even get this second one. Whoops. The Racism of C. Thomas. Thank you for the 3. Oh, there it is. Look at Weebo's walking through here. Put your pants on, Weebo. The Racism of C. Thomas. Thank you for the $3. Hi, I was... Oh, I better read this first. Okay, fine. It works. Okay, the Racism of C. Thomas, thank you. Hi, I was told firmly to not be subtle, but sparing, whatever that means. Side note, the one DiCaprio meme reminds me of every Italian uncle, regardless of era. Yeah. And Amber Heard's bed sheets, thank you for the $3. Anna Kasparian is the Middle Eastern version of Puerto Rican and is going to look like Sonia Manazzo. Does now by the time Anna turns 50. Who's Sonia Manazzo?
No idea.
Am I going to look up a porn star? You're not having me look up a porn star, are you?
You might be.
I better not. I just...
Manazzo or Manzano?
Manzano. Want to get all dialecty about it.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Don't
yeah,
be a
Christ.
racist.
What?
Christ, okay, yeah. Somewhat, Okay, not a porn actress.
But might as well be.
No. She's, she just looks like a 50-year-old Puerto Rican woman.
Maria Menounos?
Manzano.
Yeah, Manzano. If I've got the right word.
She looks like a cat.
Everybody look. It's Sinatra's favorite leading man. He's so masculine. He's so dreamy.
You know, it'd be a lot more dreamy if you shared it in Discord.
I am sharing it in Discord.
No, you're not. It ended.
You're not.
Why did it end?
That's a good question.
Because you're fucking up.
There we go.
Yeah.
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 God, what pose is that?
That's him doing his manly man look. He's some.
Oh, God.
The photographer said, "Look as manly as you can," and he went, "Okay."
I'm going to pout and put my hands together either side of my chin. That's what that is.
Hey, man, it's okay. We can't all look like this motherfucker.
You know what we can, do? Not have visible eye warts that we refuse to remove because everyone would make fun of us if we finally got rid of it.
I don't know what refuse means.
Refuse. You're eating while talking. You can't get on my case for nothing.
I can do whatever I want.
I can't watch a movie without seeing this guy's fucking eye wart all the time. Because it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Should be in the credits, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seriously,
Lord.
what was going on that he posed for this picture? I mean, it was just the first one that came up when I typed in Christian Bale eye wart. Yeah, it is Reddit.
It looks so fucking emo there. He really does. It's not even the black nail polish. The black nail polish is fine, all right? It's just the face and the setting and just everything. Looks like a fucking emo.
Yeah, it's not just the nail polish. It's like the chipped 2-week-old nail polish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is Cannibalistic Wizard is right. That is just a picture of Polly that he took like 40 seconds ago. You just put it up.
You never mind about my underhanded face reveals, Sinatra. That's Oh, he's angry. He's angry at the lighting guy. Oh, good.
I have that. I have that.
He shouldn't grow facial hair. It actually doesn't work for him, does it?
Good for you.
Christian Bale by way of the Goonies.
Oh, good for you.
Okay, where were we? Let's move on to the next guy. Matthew, no, I totally didn't get hair plugs McConaughey.
How you spelling that middle name?
I can't. He's just such a liar. It just drives me crazy. I don't even mind Matthew McConaughey. Like that guy's got charm. There's no question. He's a charming dude, But
He is.
it's the hair plugs, hair lugs. Why don't I just go ahead and spell that right?
Lugs.
Hair plugs. Okay, now look. He totally wasn't losing his hair at all, guys. Not even a bit. All right, look. He didn't get hair plugs. It never happened.
It's just one of those, It's like
I gotta tell you, this is the most I've ever talked about Matthew McConaughey's hair.
We are petty sons of bitches when we get to this bar and start drinking.
I'm here for it. I'm a petty motherfucker.
No, I just
This is a new one on me.
I just don't see what the problem. Like straight up, I don't see what the problem is. I say, fucking own it 100%. Say, hey man, I liked having a full head of hair. It was always a thing for me. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I kind of knew I was losing my hair, of course, because you don't miss it.
Yeah.
But then one day I looked in the mirror and I realized just how thin it had gotten, especially around the front. So I decided to do something about it. What?
fucking hell, man.
What's
If
the
you got the money, go for it,
Exactly. What's
motherfucker.
the problem with that claim? I see no issue with what you just said at all. I liked having hair. Some people lose their hair and they're like, nah, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I know a few dudes like that. Their hair's going and it'll be gone in whatever short amount of time. And they're like, nah, I don't really care. And they mean it. And it's like, okay, cool. Good for you. And if
It's like this, right? Hey, my granddad on my dad's side, he was bald on top by the time he was 30. My dad, bald on top by the time he was 30. I'm 30 now. I'm bald on top. I might shave it all off. I might get plugs. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Genetically
Fuck no.
very lucky right now.
Hmm?
My grandpa at 19 was completely gray.
really,
My dad at 19 was completely bald. I am 29, graying, and I'm getting the beginning of the Costanza. I'm fighting for every follicle.
the Costanza. C. Thomas, thank you for the $3 of the Weibo legs. Clearly his best role was U571. Wasn't that Harrison Ford? The Russian sub movie? What am I thinking of?
I don't know. I couldn't
I
tell
don't
you.
know what you're thinking.
Hold on. Where's chat? Chat's probably you guys aren't all over me for this yet. No?
Don't
All right.
trust them.
I-
They're a bunch of fucking liars.
Harrison Ford's Marine movie.
Why wouldn't you just look up
Oh, that's
571?
Wow, that's pretty far off. Because I wanted to know what the Harrison Ford one was first. It's K-19. It had letters and numbers. It's kind of the same.
Artists on DeviantArt, what?
U571
A 2-day shipping with Prime.
is a submarine film directed by Guy from a screenplay by Guy and Guy. Oh, and David Ayer. I actually know who that is. The film stars Matthew McConaughey, Harvey Keitel. It's got actual talent. John Bon Jovi. Oh, you fucked up.
I love Keitel. He's so fucking
Oh yeah,
good.
Keitel's the fucking man. There's no question. But he's got Matthew McConaughey on. Jesus Christ! Holy fuck! That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, you and me both. That one's a little loud, Polly.
Holy fuck!
That first pop you heard was not the gun from the donation. That was Polly's asshole clenching.
Oh man, mailman, thank you for the $18 in the coronary. After moving shit from my third floor apartment all day, I needed this dono along with a drink. Oh, hi, Sin.
Sounds like you need a pulley system.
Yeah, the dumb waiter. Nah, you wouldn't be able to
All right,
fit
let
shit
me
in a
ask
dumb
you
waiter.
guys something. Personal opinion, guy to two guys in chat,
Uh-huh.
which I assume is all guys. So Miss Sin and I
No,
have a
those
friend.
there's ladies
She-
here. Big Gamer Cat
Okay,
is
ladies.
here, and I think I saw Molly earlier.
Patio
and,
furniture.
Yeah, patio furniture, and
Patio.
Nurse Khaleesi left, so no. But yeah, so anyway.
We have a friend. She's a very good friend of ours. We have been friends with her for years. And we were at the bar. The whole situation got fucked up. It was standing room only. There was a band playing. Like, all right, let's go back to the studio. So we go back to my studio, and we're having a couple drinks, and this girl's like, can this guy I'm talking to come up here? I'm like, sure, I trust you. If you trust him, that's fine. This guy got so drunk, he peed on the floor of my bathroom.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I think it might be time for you guys to get going. And she said, all right, yeah, I think it might be. How mad am I allowed to be about this?
That you got kicked out
Eve.
because someone else's.
No, it was my studio. So I said, I think it's time for you guys to get going. No hard feelings to you, lady friend, but you guys got to get moving. We're going to get out of here soon, too. How mad am I allowed to be? Because I'm very annoyed that this dude peed on my floor.
I think it's,
Get me mad at me.
I'm not mad at
about
you.
the thing. I'm being
Drunk in the hallway and loud.
held accountable,
You are.
and I didn't pee on the floor.
Yet. Pretty mad, especially if they didn't even know that they did it, by the way. They had no
Jesus.
fucking clue. I'm like, there's just pee on the floor. Like I didn't do that, and I have to aim.
Going in chat says the guy was only trying to claim it. Jesus.
Anyway, I am significantly annoyed that this dude peed on my floor.
Yeah, I'd be upset.
I am upset. Yes, that is the correct word for it. I am
Really? You're
displeased.
You're not going to go with pissed off. God.
No, because it's literally pissed on.
I remember a guy who stopped. Nah, I won't tell that story. Okay, so it was a guy who drank heavily, and he stopped drinking, and it had something to do with urinating where he shouldn't have. And that's enough. So yeah,
An electric
Did
fence.
he pee in a drawer? Because that would make me feel better.
I've never thought of anyone doing that ever. That would be horrible, especially if you were the one who discovered the next day and you weren't the one who did the peeing.
David said go pee on his floor. That is tempting.
No,
But the
what?
thing is the bathroom I have in my studio is small. It is a very small bathroom. It was put in as an afterthought.
Right.
My studio is, I think it was a dentist office at one point that they just took half of the walls out of. It's about 500 square feet, maybe 6, with a little bathroom off of it with a sink and a toilet, no shower, but it's carpeted, which makes it worse.
Yeah, you never
But-
carpet a bathroom. What the fuck? That's just a terrible idea.
I mean, I didn't. It's just how I had it.
No, I get you. It's not your fault, but it's someone's, damn it.
It is someone's, and I've talked to my landlord, like, can I just pull this carpet up? He said no.
You don't want to know what's
But-
under there, man. They drained a body.
I
in there
might not,
once.
because he said that where the toilet was a dentist chair. So I was just like, okay, that's fine. We'll leave it.
Yeah, fair enough in that case.
But he didn't pee on the floor on purpose. It looked like he was pissing and then just stumbled, and it was just that kind of flail, if that makes sense.
God, I don't think I've ever been so blind drunk that I couldn't hit water. I just-
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
You've been drunk enough to where gravity just surges, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
talking about.
I have been standing at a bar or at like a kitchen table or a counter in someone's house, right? Like, drunk in the kitchen. And then suddenly, yeah, gravity wells up behind you and you find yourself stumbling backwards, of course. It's
think
never
that's what
occurred to me,
happened, 'cause
though, to be standing in front of a toilet, because that could happen. Now I'm worried. Thanks, Sin.
Oh, but Polly, you got the prop, right? You know, the whole prop, when you're really fucked up, you prop yourself against the wall.
Of course,
behind
you
the
put your
fucking toilet.
left hand up, right? Yeah, go. I guess I'm right-handed, so you know. Strong hand
Well,
grip.
that's the thing. That's what's stopping me from being furious, is I don't have the oh shit grab around the toilet in my bathroom. I don't have that.
Shouldn't
It's
need
just you
it.
have to be very steady.
There isn't a wall? What's the toilet just sitting in the middle of the
There's-
bathroom?
There's walls, but it's cabinet. It's just flat surfaces.
I'm telling you, man.
There's
if
nothing
you-
to put your fingertips on.
You
if
need
anything, brace your arm against the sidewall.
that's a,
But
you
is
need
my
to get one
best
of them
guess
one
it,
of them
is there was just
earthquake
a
handles.
gravity
Put it
surge
right
while
in
he was
front.
pissing.
You could buy a fucking earthquake bar. Just screw it to the wall.
That's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
actually. I never thought about it because this has never been an issue that I've had to do. I haven't had to do it. I've
And
only had women
and if you
at
put the earthquake
studio.
bar low enough, you could use it as a vomiting bar for both hands if things get real serious.
Go figure that the second dude I have at my studio has a gravity surge while he's taking a piss, and it just goes everywhere but the toilet.
Put up a sign. all
Wasn't
right? You should put
Polly
up a
just bitching
sign.
about Sin eating into the microphone? I heard it too. I wasn't going to say anything.
No one heard nothing. It's fine. It's
I'm telling you, Sin, you should put up a sign that says something to the effect of gentlemen who lack the ability to aim are asked to sit down like the little girls they are.
If you don't have the equipment, you must sit.
From the
I'm
bowl,
gonna
it will not fit.
find that.
Upon the seat,
I'm
you
gonna
must
find
sit.
that on Amazon right now. I've had a bad studio day today, honestly. Though, I was looking for LED lights. You know those LED strips.
yeah.
My 6th time buying and returning them, I got ones that were not 3 inches apart. They caught on fire.
Like on their own accord.
Yeah, it was bad. Because I'm just testing them. I'm like, okay, are these bright enough? And I look over and I see him smoking. I'm like, ooh, not good. And this is before we went out at all. And I'm stone cold sober, just watching these on the table I have. Like, oh. So I have to get all new lights. It's all bad news. My studio is all bad news right now.
I don't know what to do anymore. Chinese state fucking safety testing is unreliable. My world
It is
tumbled asunder.
Let me get this straight.
I don't know how to handle this information.
Let me get this straight, Snoop. You tried to blow on an electrical fire to put it out?
Well, it was smoking. It wasn't a fire.
Oh, he didn't have any water to throw on it, Sam. What did you want him to do?
But
Disconnect the power!
I did, and the plastic. You guys know the plastic spindles that the LED strips are in, right?
No. What do you mean plastic spindle?
It looks like a toilet, or not a toilet paper tube, a paper towel tube, but with the ends kind of smushed in, so it encapsulates the LEDs.
No.
Oh, I can't say that I'm having trouble picturing this.
Yeah, let's okay.
God. Let me find you a photo.
LED strip lights. Take a look. See what DuckDuckGo can find for us here.
I can hear it in my head playing out to Sin. No, go on, you little fuck. You know, that grimace
That
that
is-
you only pull when it's something as trivial as this.
Okay, right there. The pick one.
Pick one. All right.
Just pick one of them. Right, the like little hearts and diamonds, like where
Oh,
those
yeah.
are.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
warped.
What?
That was warped all the way out. It was hot to the touch. Did you get your friends to pee on the lights to put them out?
Yeah. You know,
I should have, but this was a few hours apart. I'm so irritated by this shit right now. But anyway, I had them in there with some LEDs that I had from a while ago.
I have to ask, what
and I
do you
just
have
left them
these
alone
for?
for like,
What do you have these for?
I wanted to put them behind my bottle so it could backlight them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's reasonable. I'm like, I don't know. This is all sounding very e-thoughty. It's like, I'm gonna put fairy lights on my wall and put a bunch of plushies.
Oh God!
A little Goku plushie over to the side. No, but
Tell me
backlighting your
they're empty.
bottles, that makes sense. That'll be cool.
But yeah, the lights got so hot that the spindle, that little plastic bit, warped all the way out and it started smoking.
What, does it have a specific warning to not leave it rolled up on the spool when you turn them on? Plug them in? No,
it doesn't. And that got me worried. Like, okay, what if I just let them go? Would that have caused a fire because of some shitty Chinesium making of this at Wangdong factory?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm a cunt hair away from trashing the whole thing.
Well, don't give up quite yet. There's other options. You don't need to
Why?
buy like straight from Wuhan kill you quick lights. That's not necessary.
I mean, you say that, but I took Sinatra Child A to the mall today and looked for LED lights. They're $30 for 6 feet of them at the mall.
Well, okay, well, you went to the mall. That was a bad idea. Malls still exist?
We don't have
Hold on,
anything else here.
I can't believe malls still exist.
I have 3 malls within an hour of me, and all 3 of them only have FYE.
What's with the creepy girl in the corner? That's Lindsay Ellis's mugshot. What? Let's look at it in all its glory.
She have
She was arrested.
She's a bar psychic.
Mhm.
strawberry preserved rubbed on her face.
No, this was after her arrest for public drunkenness in Tennessee, in Nashville. Because she's such a big city New Yorker, like she always talks about. No, she's actually from Nashville, Tennessee, which isn't a problem. She's the one who carries on that she's the big city person. And went there and got drunk and started screaming and yelling. So like that's what my mom would call Kennedy face. Bunch of burst capillaries, all red as shit, you know. That's
was it rubacea, something like that? Is it called when that happens?
yeah. That's just a drinker's face, where she's like hot and flushed and burst capillaries and whatnot, and she's being like arrested and mugshotted, and she knows that holy fuck, that hot dog in the face image has been cycling as gifts forever in a day, so surely her mugshot would. And it's like, yeah, look, an asshole like me's even got it up. Now normally I don't bust balls on other YouTubers, or on, well, she's a YouTuber, I'm not, I'm just some dick who's got an account, but there's a difference. She's got over a million subscribers, man. That's a YouTuber. She's a professional at it. A professional what? Marxist?
That's depressing, isn't it?
Bag. Polly, let me. Can I coax you into having a serious conversation?
When I get back, as I was telling Sam, I didn't get any beer out of the fridge, so let me go grab a Stella, and then in the meantime, talk amongst y'all selves.
Stella. Amazon. Amazon is where I've been getting them.
Let me point something
I
out
have
to you
my
real quick. Okay,
7th
look. Matthew McConaughey? No, fuck him. He ain't no leading man. Robert Downey
Who are you
Jr.
talking about, man?
Yeah. I'd like to.
He's good.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in something. It was Sherlock. Was he a leading man with Irene Adler, with Rachel McAdams?
I would
that
say he's a
count?
leading man. What the fuck's that dude's name who played Watson?
Martin.
Ben Fine?
No. Shit.
Sean Combs?
No.
No.
Shut up.
Jude Law? Jude Law.
Thank you.
It is, right?
I'd say he's a leading man with Jude Law.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Brad Pitt.
If he's eating, yes.
Well said. Only if he's eating. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
He's got to just be chewing something. Yes. Hugh Jackman, yes.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper.
No.
I don't even know who. The name sounds familiar. I'll admit that, but I don't know who that is.
Oh, he was. What was he in?
He was in
recently
Limitless, and he was part of the that Hangover movie.
Yeah.
No,
There's-
he's not a leading
There's
man.
Clusterfucking Callison with the Jude Law. Shit. I need to hit the streaming buttons and switches that make chat near instantaneous. They put a latency on your stream. Why don't we do that? So there's no latency between chats, comments, and there isn't the 15-second delay. Why don't we do that, Sid?
Because if you go ultra low latency, you don't get playback.
Playback in the sense that people can't go back when you're live?
Yes.
Well, they should watch us live, though. That's how Irate Alex does the
agree.
shit.
Who gives a fuck what Alex does?
Well, I'm just saying, there's someone we know that does. Who gives a
Alex
fuck
did
what Alex
good.
does?
Well, he would be a bigger YouTuber.
George Clooney? No.
Yes.
The answer's no.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know.
No. Fucking bobblehead. Screw him.
Clooney 20 years ago, yes. Clooney now, no.
Matt
hard
Damon?
disagree.
No.
No.
It's wrong to put
Matt
the victims of fetal
Damon's
alcohol
clown.
syndrome as leading men in films. It's
Well,
Mark
here's the
Wahlberg.
thing is I
No,
can
not
see-
Marky Mark. No.
I'd say Mark Wahlberg, yes. Matt Damon, no, because Matt Damon is fetal alcohol syndrome Mark Wahlberg.
Michael Fassbender. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fassbender's got suave and swagger like I wish I had, man.
He can play
That's
good
the thing
guys.
is
He can play
Fassbender
bad
has
guys.
never been given a role where he could own the lead.
That's true. That's what it comes down to. Is like, there isn't a moment where he's on screen playing the part that he plays, like supporting actor, right? Where he doesn't just douse everybody else. Like, you know what I mean? The volume is turned down on everyone else because he's talking. It's like when him and McAvoy are on screen together, they're both magnetic personalities, right? So when
Exactly.
so when you see them acting off of each other, that's the best part of fucking 70s X-Men, Days of Future Past.
Yes.
Is Fassbender and McAvoy on screen together, man.
It's really kind of crazy.
Fassbender and McAvoy are phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they managed to find two actors that have the same kind of on-screen chemistry as Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had to be tough.
Yeah.
They they fill the shoes. They really do.
Denzel, of course. Already talked about that.
Yes.
Denzel, of course.
Absolutely.
Liam Neeson.
I got to put him in the same category as Fassbender.
I don't know.
He's not up there for me.
What is this? Bridges of Madison County, geriatric love? I don't know. Leading man. I haven't seen anything when he was like, was he in a movie before he was 60?
I think he's been 60 since he's been 30.
Right. I don't know. I got to see a movie when he's like in his prime, like anywhere between 30 and 50. Because every movie
He's
I've
got
ever
that.
seen, he's been an old man.
When
It's
he's
kinda like-
on screen delivering the monologue, he is amazing. But can he carry a movie? I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Kind of a prick, but he's got charm. I'll give him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Yes.
He's the next Mel Gibson, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's not unfair. That's not unfair. No. No. No.
Fuck out
No.
of here.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
Fuck
are
outta
you
here.
fucking kidding me? This guy is smarm in shoes. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Taking more charismatic shits.
I'm glad we can all agree James Franco sucks. Good. Wimbledon Cumberbatch.
Wimbledon tennis match.
Yeah, yes. He's fun to watch. I'll give him that.
I give him a yes.
I mean, I watched him in Gay Decoder and what's the other movie he was in where he was the lead man?
Doctor Strange?
Oh, of course, yes.
I would say yes. Wimbledon does hold it.
You know, am I being because I'm a huge comic book fan. Am I a dick for not really considering, generally speaking, comic book movies as great vehicles to see someone's acting chops?
I mean, it's not dickish, but I would argue Robert Downey Jr.
Well, see, that's the thing is I would take Sam's point and extrapolate it to Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict were literally picked from the fucking comic book pages.
Yeah, but how much somebody looks like you think a character should look, that is a factor. I 100% hear you. Right, but he
acts like how I would expect Doctor Strange to act.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Doctor Strange was never supposed to be that arrogant of a person. I like the character arc they created for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the movie at all when I say that. I think it's a fine adaptation. I enjoyed the shit out of him playing Doctor Strange. Is it a perfect representation of Doctor Strange? I would say no, not nearly as much as Tony Stark is a perfect representation of.
It's hard to beat Stark though.
Yeah. I think there's certain characters that are just really, really difficult to bring to the screen, and it's not really anybody's fault. Peter Parker is notoriously difficult to bring to the screen accurately. If you know who Peter Parker is and his character, like seriously, like look at some of the people that played him.
My take on Tom Holland is I think he is the perfect Spider-Man.
I think Tom Holland, in terms of like youthful Spider-Man, gets as close to like teenage Peter Parker as it's going to get, even though the guy was pushing 30 playing teenage Peter Parker because he's like a little homunculus. But
homunculus.
Think
he is.
That is the second time I've heard homunculus in a decade, and I'm not joking.
I think Tom Holland as Spider-Man is a pretty good, like middle of the road compared to either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
I hated Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
I say, like, physically, Garfield gets the closest to Peter Parker.
Really?
Yeah. That's as a long time Spider-Man reader fan. Yes.
Okay.
Like, Toby's the worst. That's easy. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, worst Spider-Man, worst Peter Parker. Combined with the worst Mary Jane. No, wait, unless you consider Zendaya as Mary Jane, which you shouldn't.
I like Zendaya better than what's her face.
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst? Really? Who? Gumby McGee there? No.
Yes.
With the fucking with the 1/4-inch teeth and the 5-inch gums? Like what
about? Keep it scrolling.
All
we
right,
don't have to get into the Spider-Man debate right
now. Ben
now.
Affleck.
He's grown on me in recent years.
Absolutely, he has for me as well. His earlier stuff, I don't even want to talk about it because it's not on the list. But like him as the main character, Doug in The Town, fucking rocks.
You want to talk about him as a sidekick to Matt Damon in Dogma? Good Will Hunting, Ben Affleck isn't cutting it.
And I don't give a fuck. I know I'm going against like pretty much the entire internet by saying this. I'm a huge Batfleck fan. I love him as grizzled old Bruce Wayne. I think he rocks that role.
He was an amazing old giving up Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. It was fucking something to see, man. It was as close as I've ever seen to Frank Miller's Bruce Wayne, like older Bruce Wayne brought to life. Like, he did a great job. And then him as Doug in The Town, and then him as in The Accountant, like that leading man, not Paycheck, which is just a goofball film, you know, unfortunately. Sorry, John Woo, but it's true.
if they ever do a movie adaptation of Batman of the Future where with Terry, what's the Batman of the Future's name? Terry something or other. I can't remember, but with old, like really old Bruce Wayne as the Alfred figure, Affleck's your guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know why you don't like him as...
Years to come.
The fuck was Bartleby? What was wrong with Affleck as Bartleby?
Who's Bartleby?
I don't remember that.
His character in Dogma.
Oh. His Dogma was worth watching once, and then, yeah, right, that happened. How dare you? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You know what?
No.
This guy used to drive me crazy. I've grown to accept him, but it's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, he's gonna do a competent job in this role, and that's fine. But leading man, no, that's a different story.
No, I disagree with him as a lead.
Yeah, his ears are too big. I'm kidding. That's not why.
I mean, it can be. That's perfectly acceptable.
Look at that little bow tie around his fucking pencil neck. It's terrible. Serpent21, thank you for the $1. I love how they had to change the ancient one to an English woman in the Doctor Strange movie. No way would Disney have done a Tibetan in their movies.
Tilda Swinton was amazing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I liked her in that role. I did. I liked her in it.
I'm sorry, Serpent. Sanu, did you have Chris Rock? Did you have what Chris Rock, a mall of white people, and the mall white people used to go to? Yes. I can name exactly what those malls are.
Joaquin, the wrong brother died Phoenix.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Well, that's how you really feel. It's all right. He'll come back.
Joaquin is an amazing actor. I don't give a fuck.
No, not with you. Don't like him.
Yeah, neither do I.
Watch The Sisters Brothers and come back to me.
I've seen movies. I've seen movies.
Joker.
I've seen movies I liked of it. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I did. Do I think of him as the actor that some people describe him as? No, I just don't see it. But that's just.
I would call him A tier. Not S tier, but he's A tier.
Well, I mean, he's an A-list actor, but you get that way by keeping your mouth closed about the children orgies. That's just
little column A, little column orgy.
Tom Hanks. Tom, I wish you would retire orgies. Hanks. I just stop making movies.
Yeah,
no.
From the point of view of his acting, yeah, sure. Him as a person in recent years, he's
Tom
lost
Hanks just does not command the screen.
No, he doesn't. He's a comedy actor. He's bosom buddies. That's who he is. That's all he was ever meant to be. And
you know what took me till I was like 22 to realize Tom Hanks and the Mr. Doubtfire Tim. What's his name?
I know who you mean.
Fuck.
Yeah, great comedian that unfortunately passed before his time. Yeah. I his name's slipping my mind, but yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Outstanding comedian. Hilarious.
It was like 10 years ago before I realized they were two different people.
You thought Tom Hanks was this voiced the genie?
It just is what it is.
Robin Williams?
Yeah, Robin Williams. Yeah.
Williams.
Thank you, Eric Grinder and Rotten Corpse there. Clint Eastwood? Yeah, patio furniture. We were talking about Clint Eastwood.
I am really mad that there is a name that I have not seen yet that I'm very upset about.
Now I'm depressed again over Robin Williams. That was sad, man. It really was.
Yeah.
The wrong look-alike unalived.
They were so.
I don't think they look alike at all.
Okay. Ryan Gosling is. I mean, again, there's a lot of fetal alcohol syndrome on this fucking list, man. There's.
They're really hanging on Blade Runner with him too.
I know it, and I can't see past the lazy eye. It's like fucking Christian Stale's eye wart. I just can't see past it every time.
I'm never gonna not see that again. So thank you.
Well, yeah,
I can't. I can't see the appeal with Ryan Gosling. Like, yeah, he's not a terrible actor, but he's not a great actor in my opinion. He's not especially good looking classically.
Middle of the road.
That's what I say. I like the way you said it. He's not especially good looking classically. No, he doesn't have the Cary Grant panache swagger.
No.
What he's got is like, I could see that guy being on Tiger Beat magazine when he was 16. I could see him being in the Mickey Mouse Club or High School Musical or something. But like, what the fuck are you still doing in movies?
Kevin Spacey sticking a finger in there.
Yeah. Tom Hardy. Oh yeah, Tom Hardy's. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's
Fuck yes.
yeah,
Yes.
extreme talent actor. Like, oh fuck yeah.
Not especially good looking in the classical sense, but makes up for it with just a little bit of flair, a little bit of class, a little bit of something.
Yeah, no disagreement
He's
on Tom
got
Hardy. He's got the talent, man.
The swag.
Oh yeah. Oh, yes, he does. I remember watching The Revenant in theaters on the day it was released because I was so excited about Leonardo DiCaprio being in a Western. And I knew it wasn't a Western, it was like a mountaineering type film, but like Western era, And it was a man who was wronged and betrayed and left for dead and then comes back for revenge. And I'm like, I'm there. I'm fucking there. And the movie was terrible. It was awful. It is a beautifully shot fucking mess. I mean, it's gorgeous to look at, but that's not enough to hold you without a plot. The whole movie was just Leonardo DiCaprio grimacing and making grunting noises as he crawled through the woods. It was stupid. And the whole time, there's this toothless fucking idiot that had betrayed him, who was like this drunken mountain man, over-bearded scumlord. And then after the movie was over, this was completely over. It's like, what do you think of Tom Hardy? I'm like, where the fuck was Tom Hardy in that? I'm like, that was the guy who betrayed him. I'm like, oh. That's how good Tom Hardy is. I thought they pulled in some toothless meth head.
That's the thing, is that's what sells me on Tom Hardy, is half the fucking roles he's in, I have to pause what I'm watching to Google and be like, a Peaky Blinders Tom Hardy, to make sure he's in the fucking thing.
Yeah, like he goes full on, becomes the role. You know what I mean? It's a real transformation with that guy. Yeah,
phenomenal. Tom Hardy as Bane, that it was so good.
Very different as Bane. Very different as Bane.
Yeah.
We got Jake Gyllenhaal. I like movies he's in, but not leading man. No, come on. You're just no.
I still confuse him with Ryan Gosling all the time.
His best was Jarhead, and that's as far as it goes.
And if that guy turned out to be a serial killer, would anyone be surprised?
No, absolutely not.
Just tell me he doesn't have that weird energy around him. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's going to be a AAA story you cover. 18 severed arms discovered under Jake Gyllenhaal's porch. And we're like, oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. Okay. I love me some Jeremy Renner. You guys know I'm a big fan. Yeah, leading man, though?
Yeah.
He's too nice. He's too nice.
Was he in The Gamer? Wasn't Renner in No, that was Gerard Butler. See, that's the other two.
I mean, he completely commanded it in completely commanded the screen in Bourne Legacy, the best of all the Bourne movies. Fuck.
The only Bourne movie, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, really, is it Matt Damon? Like, what made those movies great were the scripts and the action and the directing and the style and look of them, not Matt Damon. Just, yeah. But Jeremy Renner and Rachel, her last name is Reese? Rachel, God, who was acting opposite to him in Bourne Legacy? Rachel Weisz. She was fucking amazing in that. Beautiful woman. And there's McAvoy, and we already talked about him. Yeah, he rocks it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
Holy shit.
Okay,
he has a baby face. He was born in 79. Look at him.
Jesus.
He's another one of these guys that just never grows up. Holy shit.
See, Scottish people, this is what happens when you don't do heroin.
Can I give you my two that I'm disappointed that aren't on this list?
Of modern leading men? Who?
Yes. Russell Crowe.
No, he was on here.
Was he?
Yeah.
I said he was basically like a Mel Gibson 2.0 at this point.
And I agreed.
And then Cillian Murphy.
Oh?
Cillian Murphy. You'd know his face. He was in Batman. He was in.
Who'd you say? Terry
Peaky
Gilliam? Who?
Blinders. No, Kelly and Murphy.
Kelly Ann Murphy.
Cillan. Murphy. Yeah, right there.
Oh, right.
Oh, Keelan Murphy. Right, I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah.
The freaky-eyed dude and all the fucking...
The one from the meme. No fighting! No fighting! No fucking fighting!
Yeah, he was the rich guy in Inception that they were trying to incept upon.
Yeah, he was 28 Days Later, that dude. Scarecrow and Batman.
That's your GQ cover? The fuck?
Oh, yeah, no, he was Scarecrow, wasn't he?
Bro, they did you wrong, man.
He's good. I like him a lot.
Not in that
movie
picture.
leading man? I'm gonna go no.
Yeah.
Movie bad guy? Yes. Fuck yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's got the look.
Are you
But
sure?
He was the leader of 28 Days.
He's got the look of a fucking... God,
Who's the Danish guy? Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, yeah, Mads Mikkelsen rocks.
Reminds me of him.
man. He's good.
Yeah.
Another guy on that list, Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
He was not on that list.
I'd like to see Cavill actually lead, like dramatic lead something. I know he's done dramas. I just haven't seen them. I'd like to see one of them. How does Cavill run when
Witcher
he's...
would be the one that jumps to mind. Was the first season of The Witcher was amazing.
Well, something without dragon CGI and flame swords. Not that I don't love those things. I'm just saying.
There's
a lot of it about at the moment, isn't there?
It's just, there really are. I don't blame him for taking it. That role. I get it. It just...
Well, they dumped him.
Shockingly, was his fee too high? Because I bet you it was up there. And rightfully so.
That's not why they dumped him, because so apparently all the actors on set said Cavill was, and I quote, a Witcher Bible. So whenever they would try to do something that was against the source material, he'd be like, no, we're not doing that. This is what Geralt would say. This is what Siri would say.
Was he a
would
co-producer?
just cause a whole bunch of reshoots.
Was he a producer on the series as well?
No, just a pain in the ass,
Oh.
which I appreciate.
I love it.
Necessary pain in the ass. It was the only reason that show was any fucking good at all in the first place.
But that's why they dumped him, because he just kept insisting on sticking to the source material, and they didn't want to do it. So they just ended up... They were talking to that Mads guy you just mentioned, and then
Mikkelsen?
the
That's
lesser
Mikkelsen, yeah.
Hemsworth brother to take over.
Oh yeah, see, we were talking about poor casting, like good film could have been better. Do you know who Michael Mann hired to play the Black Hat hacker? Or well, actually, the hacker to track down the Black Hat hacker? Chris Hemsworth.
Sorry, he's just not got the...
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I know they never represent hackers realistically in movies anyway. Enough
What,
fucking
hackers
cargo
don't
pants
spend 3 hours a day in the gym, bro?
They
Hackers
smell
never
faintly of
look like
bacon
me.
and... Not even as well shaped as you are. Honestly.
And
Like-
I'm a very happy shaped man, but no.
And there's
they're
no
gonna look like
There's no visible
They're gonna look
stink
like
lines
Boogie.
coming off of you. What the hell?
you gotta look like Pigpen a little bit.
Okay, I wanted to look at this one on Zillow. Oh shit,
Oh, yes.
screen's all fucked up. Fix it.
Is it the Zoom that's done that?
Positioning of the text and the photographs on the webpage. It's an ongoing problem. I have to keep... Now do all the houses, Dr. Functional says. No, we're going to do one. This isn't your average woodland cottage, they say. Constructing these homes is like kneading dough.
I'm broke, I need that.
Yeah, you fucker. Just get a fraction of a second ahead of me, you son of a bitch. I was so close. Let me just trying to rip off the unnecessary paper off the top of this Stella. There's a lot of it, you know.
In your fucking papered bottles.
But you know, Do Stellas not have the useless paper on them over there?
It's not that you can't buy it in bottles. You can, but Stella is most common in cans here.
Really? I mean, you can, of course, buy Stella in cans here. It's just I don't, because class.
Yes, drinking Stella Artois is classic.
So, am I to understand that you also find Stella to be lowbrow?
It's not that it's lowbrow. It's we've had this conversation before, though, Polly.
I'll tell you what lowbrow is. Low and brow.
Low and brow, yeah. No, it's not that it's lowbrow. It's where I when I was in the UK, it was one of those. It's Carling, Carlsberg, Heineken, all that kind of thing. It's lager, right?
So what are
Everybody drinks it in the pub, from football hooligans to builders on the day off, you know.
So that I probably would have asked, but I don't recall. So what is a higher end beer then? It can't be a lager. Like lagers are always like low class.
It's not so much. No, it's not so much that. It's just it's very very commonly consumed. Like I say, Carling or Heineken or Bud or Miller's or Coors. Well, Coors not so much, because nobody likes Coors.
No, no one does. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, Corona is not really like highbrow, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not super common. Yeah. You really do have to go down into Spain to see the stuff like Corona being served, which is just not unusual.
Corona's shockingly available here, like everywhere, which is weird. You think it would just be like warmer climate, if you know what I mean? Like, because that's what their marketing pushes, and yeah, who wants a heavy fermented coffee on a hot day?
Yeah, not very many people.
Like a really strong stout, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I would say that, in my experience, it varies greatly with beers, like what's considered more sort of highbrow, largely because my experience of it is there aren't an awful lot of French beers. Most of our stuff is going to be German import. So some of it's expensive, like too expensive to really consider drinking for an entire night. I tend to stick to Leffe, which I quite appreciate.
A lot of the really expensive beers here are monastery beers, and they're of course very French. And Kronenberg, that's the cheap French beer that I'm aware of. Kronenberg 1664, I think, is the number.
Yeah, that's that is your sort of. You've just got your unemployment money, and you want to go and get a few drinks with the lads before you go home and send out job applications. That's 60-64. Not to say that it's shit beer, but it's cheap.
Mm-hmm. Do you have malt liquor over there?
Sort of. It's not very popular. It exists, but it's not popular.
Like, I'm just like, what are the poorest motherfuckers who just want to get fucked up? So like, what's cheap and strong? And here, that's fucking malt liquor, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, like
brandy tends to be there is some dirt cheap fucking brandy that you can get over here. It's like store brand. It doesn't even carry like a brewery name or anything along those lines. There's that. You can get wine here for about, not so much these days, it's up to about $1.39 a bottle now, but yeah, it used to be like 79 cents a bottle. And the bottle was plastic. So you draw the conclusion that you're drawing from the bottle being plastic is wholeheartedly correct. No problems with that for cooking. That's its intended purpose, but that's what people who want to get fucked up tend to drink. Some cheap vodkas that I wouldn't touch with a fucking borrowed shot glass.
Lighter fluid.
Yeah, to all intents and purposes. What else you got? Cheap whiskeys. Cheap whiskeys are fairly common as well.
That's not, I find that funny because there are people who want to get fucked up malt liquor because it's like 8 to 12% beer. It's not technically beer, but it's beer, if you know what I mean, in their mind and in my mind as well.
Yeah.
Screw it. Like Old English, at 8 or 9% alcohol by volume, which is pretty high, and that's selling for $2.50 for a 40 ounce. That's
You know what there is actually now that you mention it, at that sort of percentage, Lidl, you do one, and I think it's called Carlsberg or something along those lines. Comes in a black can, pint cans, 568 ml, and that's at about 12.9%. That's not the kind of stuff you drink to enjoy. It tastes of alcohol.
right. Right.
That's the malt liquor equivalent, I guess.
I mean, if you could get wine that's under like a single euro, I'm not sure what the conversion rate is, but when you're looking at like 79
Euros a buck.
a
That's
year-
1 to 1 at the moment.
is it really? So it's
Ah.
to buy a 79-cent bottle of wine, and we're talking like, is it wine that's up at 10-12%?
Oh, 12 to 16.
Holy fuck. Like, I mean, yeah, that's how you get fucked up for cheap. Jesus Christ.
Cheaper than water, literally.
Good Lord.
I'll say it's approaching double that now thanks to inflation, but still, $1.40, fucking 75 centiliters, which is a pint and a half
Mhm.
wine. Yeah, you can still get fucked up for pretty much nothing. The Carlsberg stuff that comes in the black cans. Yeah, that's 6 for. I think it's about 6 for €5.50. So yeah, call it $5.50. 6 pints of 12.5%.
So, what is going? The French government just doesn't tax liquor very much. Alcoholic beverages.
They do. It's just it's Europe. It's produced relatively cheaply. It's not. There aren't an awful lot of controls about its movement within the EU. You want to see a Boston Tea Party reenacted in the modern day? Tax liquor more than it already is.
Really? Because I mean, the difference between, like, let's say you want to buy like the cheapest bottle of like 6-pack of beer, let's say, like, and relatively cheap stuff, like, whatever the fuck, Pabst Blue Ribbon, okay, listen, and a 6-pack of cans or a 12-pack even. You go from inside of Philadelphia to outside of Philadelphia as soon as you leave the city limits. You're looking at a difference of multiple dollars, like $6, $7, $8 difference because of the additional taxes put on by the city. The difference in price is that fucking dramatic. And that always is consistent with taxes on tobacco, cigarettes as well. Like, inside a 20-pack will be like, $18 inside of Philly. Outside of Philly, like just driving outside the city limits and stopping at a gas station, all of a sudden that same pack of cigarettes is like, $9, $8. And it's like, Jesus Christ, there's a $10 difference just going inside the city limits? Yes.
That is something that is actually, if you were to come over here, you would sort of see and you'd think, well, what the fuck? Cigarette prices really don't change here.
Really?
A pack of 20 here at the moment is about $14. And that will be the same everywhere. The reason being is, like, the places where it would cost them a little bit more, they put them on as a fucking loss leader because cigarettes are over here are almost always purchased in places that are bars, right? They double up. There are the occasional sort of like more news agency kind of places that sell cigarettes or what have you. But yeah,
News
more
agency?
often than not.
You mean like a newsstand? Is that what you mean by news agency?
Well, kind of like a newsstand, but they're more small shops. So they'll sell, candy, and they'll sell e-liquid for vapes and these things. Newspapers, magazines. Sometimes they've got like DVDs for sale for.
No, I get the idea of like the small shop, corner store, bodega,
news agent,
but like you call them news agencies?
A news agent is the
because they bring in newspapers and magazines and whatnot.
Precisely. You want a newspaper, you go to a news agent.
I don't find the shops concept and what they sell odd at all because they're totally over here. I just find the name really okay. Like,
it's typically because they don't like purchase a certain number of newspapers or what have you. Newspapers they'll get into contact with a media organization or a newspaper printer, and they'll say, "Look, I've got the shop. It's in such and such. We get this many customers. Yada yada yada. We'd like to stock your paper," and then the paper company will say, yeah, we can supply you with X amount, yada yada yada, for a certain period of time. We'll see how you get on. You'll get this much of the cut for stocking our paper, etc. So they are an agent of the media company.
Got it.
It's the term.
Oh, hey, Kefki's here. Hey, Kefki.
Hey, Kefkas.
All right, let's talk about this cottage.
Yeah.
Keebler Eldom. All right. We spend much of our lives in boxes, says Alexis Borsboom. Borsboom. Yeah, I'm not even fucking around. Okay. Owner of the cottage, nestled among the trees in Main Island, British Columbia, I'm assuming. Main Island.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. The unique shape is just one reason she and her husband moved in. The rest of the story lies inside its walls where they hide the bodies and begins with the walls themselves. That's because they're made from cob, a combination of clay, sand, and straw that's mixed with water and then sculpted by hand. What happens when it rains?
Presumably it's treated with something.
Yeah, I hope so. The couple fell in love after meeting in a cob building workshop. Later, they purchased the home and built a life constructing cob structures together. Oh my God.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, man. What the hell?
I'm sure they're lovely, but cob building workshop? What?
I've never even heard. I've heard of Adobe. I've never heard of cob in my life. Have you?
Not by that name, no, but it strikes me as being very similar to like wattle and daub, which is horse shit, straw, and mud.
Yeah, like a true mud hut. Yeah, yeah. Hey, what up, Pat? All right, so the husband and wife team molding their house. All right. With soft edges throughout and a wooden staircase, the interior of their home seems something like out of a dream, with subtle nods to 1970s decor, make it seem familiar. Cob is a little bit like Adobe. Oh, okay. But unlike Adobe, which is formed into bricks and hardened before building, cob structures are sculpted while the mixture is still wet. Okay, this is very weird to me. It's like, do you embed wire into the wall for electricity when it's still wet?
I would imagine that you'd probably put in some kind of trunking and then embed that into the wall.
Okay, right. Run some PVC tubing and then fold around it.
Yeah.
Kind of like stuffing the jelly inside of a jelly roll before you, like... She said it was like dough, so I just... Working with raw earth means there's not much need for loud equipment on the cob site. And because most of the necessary materials can be gathered from the surrounding area, constructing a cob has very little ecological impact, which nobody but these fucking morons and the asshole writing this give a fuck about. The construction style... What's that?
Reach.
The construction style also informs the natural, organic, and somewhat elfin shapes you'll find throughout the cob home, like arched doorways and a space perfectly sized to fit the lean.
Is she here?
I hope so.
I hope she's here. It does look a little hobbit holy, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Like, yeah, right out the Shire.
I hate that fucking balustrade, though. I don't like that at all.
Balustrade?
The thing that goes up the side of the stairs.
Oh. I thought you were talking about this fucking fake-ass quasi-native design they put above their fireplace here.
Oh, on the kiln. Yeah, no, fuck that.
I like the old-timey fireplace. This little short guy that they shoved in there. I just like fireplaces.
Worth some money, though, these days.
Yeah. Cast fucking iron that badass probably is. Let's see. The construction style also... oh, no, I already read that. The kitchen, which sits just off the living area, is a cozy space with enough room for the essentials, plus a breakfast nook for enjoying a morning cup.
I have really begun to hate that term.
Morning cup?
Oh, breakfast nook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, I... do better. You've got 2 fucking elements on your element stove here. And what's with this weird counter shape? Why would you make it so hard for the person to get into the back of the nook?
They're probably vegans. They are almost certainly that skinny.
I think that they're just on some, like, shape things weird, man. Like, if you know, like, everything should have like this fluid shape to it. Like, everything needs to be round. Like, God forbid that we square off the edge of anything. Like, I mean, look, the tables, the seats. The only thing that has a right angle in it are the windows, and the only reason they did that is because they couldn't find round glass.
Round glass would act like a lens and focus the sunlight onto our wonderful wooden furniture, leaving burn marks and scorches everywhere. Also, it might ignite the latent fume on the air as we huff our own farts in our ecologically friendly house.
Upstairs is a gentle sloping ceiling gives the bedroom and workplace a uniquely homey vibe.
Oh, do the fucking Teletubbies live here?
Yeah,
Look at that roof.
Yeah. Well, hold on. What does the outside of it look like again? Oh, you can't see. Like, I mean, the top of it must look like a mushroom. Like, just be round. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm half expecting a diminutive Italian to jump out of a pipe.
Oh, fuck. Let's see. Is uniquely homey. And just above the ceiling sits a wide, undulating roof. It's crucial. It protects the home from wind and rain. With a strong foundation and the right roof.
But that's not important right now.
With a strong foundation and the right roof, a cob-style home can last forever. But if it's left out in the elements, it will turn back into dirt within a year, Boar's Broom says. If your house is left out in the elements, how do you stop that?
Keeping the rain off it with a good roof, I would imagine, and then, I don't know, some sort of wash over the surface?
But, I mean, okay, hold on. Okay, good roof, gotcha. Rain comes down, goes off the side. As soon as it's raining and the wind is going from east to west, it's going to blow it into the side of the house. Does that side of the house dissolve?
You would assume so, right? And you know what it probably is? They're probably using lime wash, and that's why the walls are so white like that. Because the lime wash will draw moisture to the surface, yeah?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it keeps it, so it dries it, and any moisture that does get sort of soaked into the cob underneath is probably drawn back out again by the lime wash. That's just a somewhat educated guess.
The door on the oh God, look at her.
She is exactly how I thought she was.
Right? You know that she's got like a peace sign tattoo on her arm, and you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah.
She really does look exactly like I figured she would look. That is hilarious.
Oh, it's Memory Holiday's aunt.
I haven't thought about that thing in so long. Wow.
I know, right?
Holy shit. What dusty part of your mind did you pull her out of? Holy shit.
Holy, autism. Come on.
And Jeff Holiday was totally okay with their open marriage. It was both of them fucking around, not just her. I just remember those jokes from like 4 years ago where he's like, I'm okay with an open marriage. She's the one who told you. Like, you can't retcon an open marriage, man. That's just...
I can. It's called divorce.
Well, yeah, we have a word for that already. It's called cheating.
Cuckoldry.
I can't imagine being in that place. I don't know if that's what happened. That was just the running joke. I claim no knowledge. That was the joke.
I got to be honest with you though. If a woman that I was in a relationship with, a marriage with, came to me and said, I want an open marriage, I'd be like, well, I want a closed one. And here's how we close it.
What?
Papers will be in the mail.
Oh,
I'm going to stay with your mother.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. I didn't even legitimately see that joke coming. Like, I want a closed one. Here's some papers. I should have. Man, this only 5% this beer. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. But then, yeah, I'm going to stay with your mother. I mean, I've heard the Flintstones, right? I loved the Flintstones when I was a kid. And whenever Wilma got mad at Fred, she would go home to mother. That was her, right? I've never heard anyone turn it around where it's like, I'm going home to your mother. You know?
There's a subtle implication there,
yes,
right?
there really is. That's the... Okay, Kefki asks, what does undulating means? It means soft, round, ups and downs and lefts and rights and curves and undulation.
I hate to do it, but it comes from the French word for wave, onde.
And thus we took it and made it better.
Ondulation.
And thus we took it and made it better.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, think of like a wave, like a sine wave. You know, it's soft curving things, no sharp angles. That's undulating. The door on the second story leads out to a small deck that's perfect for catching the magical sunsets off Canada's western coast. Well, let's see it. Alexis describes the Cobb-style homes as a gentle and beautiful way to live. We couldn't agree more. No. Okay, how's this on Zillow? How much is it going for, bitch? You ain't even selling it.
No, they just... This is just an exercise in soaping their collective balls.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess there's the porch kind of from the outside. It's strung from the roof by chains. You can totally sit out there. Uh-huh.
No.
I want to see the top of your roof. Seriously. Show me your roof. Right.
It looks like it's covered in some sort of roofing felt. The bituminous stuff.
I don't know. I think that the fucking lies stop once you get up to the top where it's like modern shingles mass produced in a factory in China by small children and then shipped to their magical island in British Columbia. You know?
Yeah. This house probably cost like, I don't know, $750,000, something like that.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It's in an idyllic location.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet the land it's on probably costs more than their handmade shithole.
I doesn't call it a shithole. I don't know if that's quite fair. It doesn't look that bad inside.
No, it didn't. But I mean, they tricked me when I said this isn't your average woodland cottage. I'm like, oh hell yeah, because I dig the cottage look, the rafter ceilings, the exposed rafter ceilings. If you look at any of the ambiance videos, crackling fireplace ambiance videos that I like falling asleep to, where there's like rain and the fireplace crackling and whatnot, everything is wood paneled. It's rafters. It's got the cottage hunting cabin look. You know what I mean? Love that shit. Love it. I was lied to, Sam. That's not what's going on in here. This is fucking Hobbitville.
Bit that fucking like really frustrates me is the last picture. If you scroll back up to it,
you mean the first picture?
The one, the first picture, yeah.
Okay.
On those beams holding up the floor above.
Yeah.
Might just be an optical illusion from the perspective that we're looking at it, but does the rightmost beam not look about 4 fucking inches higher than the one to its immediate left?
What the hell just...
I appreciate...
That was weird, man. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to what the fuck goes on at that music track right when it's at the end of it. It sounded like a dun dun dun. Maybe the end of it ends hilariously, and chat's been laughing at me for fucking like 2 years now. That's one of my original music tracks I play in the background. Crazy.
Don't be silly, Polly. Nobody laughs at you.
They're laughing with me, my mom said. No, it really does look like the floor is sagging and warped. You're not wrong. But then the ceiling does, if you follow the edge, it does curve back. But then again, you know, this like LSD fucking refugee built the place. So, you know, maybe the fucking ceiling is sagging. Alexis Borsboom.
I've been trying to make a joke out of her name from the moment you read it, and I got nothing so far. Maybe I'm getting old.
From Scraps to Sanctuary, a $700 A-frame cabin. The next move starts here.
Fucking shed.
Well, it just took us to their main page. What the fuck? Man, this site's nothing but lies. Yeah, screw these people. Fucking Zillow. Yeah, on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up hitting the... oh, fuck, we're past the 4-hour mark. Jesus Christ. I was about to say at the 2.5-hour mark, because that's what I was guessing. Son of a bitch. All right, in any case, yeah. That brings us to the end and last call here at Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district in Noir City. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and having fun with us in our own little brand of 1940 booze-fueled banter. I'd like to thank Sam for keeping me company at the bar. Sam, always a pleasure to have you here.
Right back at you, man.
And somebody way earlier on asked, is that Drunkle with a voice modulator? No.
How dare they?
Sam's RP is much better than Drunkle's.
Oh, right. I'm a cheese platter and fine wine. The man is lying. Love you, Drunkle.
I would also like to thank Sinatra for coming by earlier on as he stumbled in drunkly and then stumbled out much the same. And finally, I'd like to thank all the generous people who tip the bartender. That's how we keep the candles burning, the lights on, and the cops paid off to not shut us down, because this is an illegal speakeasy after all. And Noir City, which is right outside Philadelphia, in case you were curious. It's the cops here are pretty goddamn corrupt, man. So, you know, you got to pay them even if you're legal. Just the way it is.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for all the tips. Greatly appreciated. And we will see you next time we manage to get the bar open. Until then, have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Hmm.